and you're gonna shit all over them after they're dead and they can't defend themselves. Why are you only going after men? You know, what about all the horrible women in history?
He's always...
You can't just go after...
Hey everyone, it's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on my Twitch and my new YouTube channel. Those links are down below. Also my Patreon, which is only $5 a month, and you get at least an extra video every week.
Phrases you can use to describe a truck, but not your girlfriend.
Wow, you could fit 4 in there.
Today I'm going to be reacting to Bill Burr on Sean Connery.
Sean Connery died. The great Sean Connery. Yeah, my favorite James Bond of all time. Yeah, and he was getting a proper send-off for about 8 minutes on Twitter, and then the first hairy-legged white chick shows up, right?
Harry?
And she's just got to be like, yeah, yeah. Are we really going to celebrate this man who advocated the hitting of women? It's like, first of all, he didn't advocate hitting women, okay? He just said, you know, every once in a while, you give him a little slap. Yeah, give him a little back of the hand. You remind them who's making the box office. You reset their hard drive.
Reset their hard drive.
That's all he said, okay? Yes, it's a crazy statement in 2021. 1976, you know, it's not good, but it's not crazy. Right? And he's born in 1930. You gotta put the shit in historical perspective.
Historical.
You ever watch, I love old movies. You ever watch movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s? Yeah. Anytime a woman even has heightened emotion, there's some guy like, get a hold of yourself, see? Yeah, go make me a pie, put it on the windowsill. Right? That's what he grew up watching. I grew up in the 70s. I thought being a truck driver was a cool thing. You know, you had a monkey for a friend, going around, chicks showing their tits. I thought that was the world. I had no idea. That's what I was watching. My thing is okay, so if you're going to cancel all of these fucking dead guys, then you're going to shit all over them after they're dead and they can't defend themselves, why are you only going after men? You know, what about all the horrible women in history?
He's always...
You can't just go after the men. That would be sexist. And this is what they don't want. You know? I mean, what about Coco Chanel?
He's always on
Great
Coco.
example. Coco Chanel, widely considered a feminist icon. She started her own purse factory, right?
He's always
the
on
19
her.
teens or 20s, whatever the hell she did. I can't imagine the sexism that she had to deal with, you know? An amazing accomplishment. Hats off to her, right? However,
Oh my God, there it is.
she was also a Nazi sympathizer. Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard this joke from a podcast or like, I know I've said it before, but maybe I haven't bragged about it enough. I have seen Bill Burr live twice. They were pretty close to each other, like not back to back, but kind of back to back, to where some of the jokes in each show overlapped because he's traveling to obviously do those jokes. This joke might have been in there. So if I'm saying that I've heard it before, it doesn't mean that I've watched his most recent special. It might have been when I saw him live. Anyways, though, I like this bit. I think he makes a very fair point. If you're going to dig up the dead to cancel them when they cannot defend themselves, let's just do it for everybody, because this is a really good story and a really good point that he's about to make. I already see it coming. Plus the whole Sean Connery thing, for context, I did see the name. I mean, the video, it says it's on him. So I had to look him up just a little bit to understand who he was. I had literally no idea. James Bond, like, never seen any of the movies. I've seen like one. So I looked it up. Yeah, like the 30s, people are different. People are different when they're born that long. That's almost 100. That's like 100 years ago, really. So people are different. What they grow up on is different. I mean, he even said what he grew up on. That's pretty. Bill Burr. I don't want to call him old. I'm just saying, like him, the whole truck driver and monkey thing. Like I know that's a reference to something. I have no idea what it is.
He was also a Nazi sympathizer.
That's what the word was.
Yeah, that's like half her Wikipedia page. Just sitting there, waiting for someone to read it. Right out in the open, nothing. So evidently what happened was, in World War II, old Adolf came rolling into town, okay, with his tanks with the Porsche engines in them, took over the town in like 90 minutes. She freaked out. She closes up her shop, right? Figured out where all the head Nazis were staying, what hotel. She moved in there, and she started a relationship with one of the Nazis. Yeah, she started a Nazi.
Survive? I don't know.
You ever see those Holocaust videos? How about those piles of kid shoes? Yeah, she was sucking the that did that.
Oh.
Now, just to refresh my memory, what did Sean Connery do again?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I can't be here anymore. Look, it doesn't matter how many times I feel I've heard that joke with at least the Coco Chanel bit. Like, I do not remember the imagery of the children's shoes. Like, he's developed the joke, or my memory is just garbage. Do not remember that. But yeah, I also don't think that there was the Sean Connery. I don't know how I've heard the joke before, but I've heard the Coco Chanel, at least that part. So him spicing it up by putting it next to Sean Connery, he made a brilliant argument for Sean Connery. I mean, like, and plus, if he brought up something that was in a completely different time, you could argue other things with it, but it's like he was like 19 something, and it's like Sean Connery being born. Yeah, she's obviously, there's clearly a big gap. Like if this is happening in that time, there's a gap, but it's not such a big gap to where he's completely off base for trying to compare the two.
Oh, you give him a little slap. That's what he did. She's sitting there like, hey, Adolf, what's going on?
The sound of
She's so sold out her own country, she had to flee it at the end of the war. And I have no idea how many dicks she had to suck to get back in it. But I'll tell you, despite all of that, I still don't judge her. I know. Because I've never been in that situation. You know, I've never been in a country where all of a sudden the most powerful army the world has ever seen comes in and takes it over in a couple hours. She must have been terrified, right? And she's a woman. You know, she's into fashion. They show up with those Hugo Boss uniforms. You know, her knees buckle a little bit.
You were almost so close.
Things start getting ugly. People are getting shot in the street. She's freaking out. You know. And she's a woman. And women know, push comes to shove. When you get your back against the wall, no matter how bad it gets, they always have the option of f***ing their way out of a situation. They always got that card they can play, right? All women know this. All women know this. Men don't realize this till they go to prison. But women learn this early on. She had the option, and she took it. I can't get mad at her for that, you know? So she's dead and gone. I think she's up there in heaven. I think she made it. She's up there with Sean Connery. Every once in a while they have a disagreement. He gets a little slap, you know? She doesn't care. Once you on a Nazi's chest, I mean, a little backhand's not going to freak you out.
I can't.
Jesus can't say anything. He got a hooker, right? Everybody's got a little something they did. There you go. So, still buy your Coco Chanel. She's still a hero. She was a victim. She was a victim of that time.
No, I want to hear the put. I know that wasn't the punchline. I knew there was going to be an extra little spice to it, but the whole thing was really good. I thought that this whole thing was really funny. He ended up connecting the two at the end and gave you this whole like scenario of them being in heaven. It's like, oh, well, and then I'm sure if they have a disagreement, gives her a little smack. Like, he just went full circle with it and brought you back to imagining Sean Connery and how it related to each other. And I really liked that. I liked that even if he went into this woman-hating go-to thing that he has, like, oh, Bill Burr hates women, he's always going to make fun of them. I think in this example, it was actually really nice because even though he kind of takes a small dig at her, small, large, whatever, he brings it back to say, yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't actually judge this person either. I don't think that we should judge either of them. Both of them are not here anymore. Both of them were in their circumstances for the time that they were born in, and whatever you want to say, reasons, excuses, whatever, the point I think was made with what he was saying. And it was actually really enjoyable and funny to walk through it with him. I always really enjoy reacting to Bill Burr, so if you have any comments or anything that you want to share, tag your friends, leave it in the comment section below. Check out all my links, and I'll see you all next time.
Bye, baby.